My lifetime achievement started in 1957 when I met this fellow, and 8 years later we were married, and we're very close to 50 years within a few months. So that's my lifetime achievement. And the last 25 years I've worked at our office. I'm the backup man that allows him, I believe, to go out and do what he does.
Well,
Is that correct?
There's no doubt about that. That's definitely the way things are. A lot of times you see me, but you're really seeing both of us because...
But I'm at the office holding down the fort.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do that.
We've been farming here for 163 years. 1851, my great uncle was a lawyer in New York and came out here, started a bank, and a lawyer and a banker, excuse me, started a bank in San Francisco, and came down here and bought the Kelley Thompson Ranch in 1861. So we've been farming here ever since then. We are the 5th generation, our children are the 6th, and our grandchildren who now partake in the ranch and have a part of the ranch and so on are the 7th generation in the Pajaro Valley.
My paternal side has been here for probably 3 generations, 3 or 4. And my maternal side is not from Watsonville, but Ed was actually born in San Jose, but moved immediately to Watsonville.
No, we lived in Watsonville. I was born in San Jose because my uncle was a doctor. So.
Then I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas, because my dad was a pilot during World War II. And after the war, then we moved to Watsonville, and we've both been here ever since.
I was told when I was very, very young, 7, 8 years old, by my father that I was very fortunate and I had a roof over my head, and there was a lot of things that I had that a lot of people don't have, and that it was imperative that throughout our lives that we made sure that we were trying to share with others and see that they had some of the things that just we took for granted and so on.
Probably the biggest one is the foundation. That's an enormous project that has hands all over the place reaching out, and the theme really is, help me if I don't get them all, academics, athletics, the arts, health and well-being of the youth of the Pajaro Valley.
The foundation was not our doing. It was started by a number of our ex-students, and I was a coach, and Jeannie was a principal and a teacher for 25 years or so. And it was started by them, and they asked us if they could use our name. Well, it went from that to becoming a huge part of our lives and so on. And
it's been 18 years, I think.
Yes, 18 years since the foundation's been in existence. So.
However, there's more than 2 of us. We have a fantastic group of people on our board, and even a great, fantastic group of friends that have been extremely supportive since year 1, and they are to be thanked. I thank our children for being really good, great kids, very supportive children. I thank our grandchildren for being such a bright light in our lives. I certainly thank our friends. I thank my colleagues when I was teaching. I thank every child that I ever taught. Many of them are still involved in our lives, and I just love them.
I think especially, I'll go along with everything she said, but I want to thank my grandparents, her grandparents, my parents, my father, who taught me a love of music by sitting at the piano with me every day from 4 years old to 10 years old when he passed away. Taught me the love of sports, which I just love to be around. My mother, who made us survive when my father died, and told me that if you want to go along, you can feel sorry for yourself, but that's not going to work. You got to reach by and grab yourself by the seat of the pants and get on down the road. And my mother, who was pushed, shoved, and everything else when my father died, and stood strong and tall and never missed a basketball game, never missed anything, even though she didn't care for those things. She just stood by. She just was one strong
Well,
woman.
we're very humbled by this award. There are many, many people in the community that we would share it with. We wouldn't be receiving it if it weren't for many, many people that have been supportive of us.
I'll go along with that and say that what's most exciting about it is that all the people that will be in that room that night, there's many, 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 many successful, talented, creative people in that room, but the most important thing about those people is that they are compassionate, they are generous, they are gracious, and to be considered for something like this by a group of people that's sitting in that room that night is pretty awesome as far as we're concerned.